Hey YouTube, this is React City. I'm Mark.
I'm Rose.
I'm Mickey.
And this is Code Geass. This is Death Note Doubts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doubts.
Last time we had that they are now both in Academy.
Toho University.
Susanoo.
El pulled off a brilliant play of fully introducing himself and his face and
Yes.
saying, "Hey, nice to meet you. Here's how you kill me."
Yes,
But now he can't kill him.
He can't kill him, yeah. Well, I mean, he still couldn't kill him because he doesn't know his name. But, like, even if he knew his name, it was a perfect play. And what's his name? Light saw that he lost that battle.
Brain battles incoming.
Yes. So now they go to school. I guess the ball's in Light's court because
Yeah.
he just got played and he was humiliated.
Yeah.
Humiliated.
And I guess hopefully we get to see a little bit of what's going on in L's head, how he feels about that situation.
Yeah, because we just didn't do this.
Yeah. But yeah, so guys, thank you guys very much for being here. If you liked your time here, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And check out the Patreon description if you guys want to see next episode a week early. Or if you want to check out the social media, which is also in the description. Or if you want to see the TikTok and Reels, which is hosted by Nikki. So thank you very much. See you in discussion.
Oh, they're besties.
At all. But when you first invited me to play, did you know how good I was? Yes, I'll be fine though. It's been a while, but at one time I was actually the British junior champion. Hyuga, were you raised in the UK? I lived in England for about 5 years when I was younger, but save your breath. Nothing in that story would reveal El's true identity, I promise you.
No.
Is that so?
Should you question that he said that?
Play a single set, first 1 to 6? That's fine by me. In and of itself, it won't determine if Light is Kira. But I know Kira hates to lose.
Whoa.
It would have gone through you anyways.
Yeah, why did you dodge?
15 love.
We're under orders from L not to discuss the case with anyone, including you.
I'm not asking for details here, just what you're doing and where.
I'm very sorry.
Those are details, sir.
All due respect, sir. To suppress the fact that most of our detectives would rather let a serial killer roam free than risk their lives.
This is true.
Please excuse me. Yagami, what about this L character? Can he be trusted?
In my opinion, he's a lot more capable than we are. Right now, even as we speak, he's risking his life.
Playing
Look at people! Oh my goodness.
Are these two really amateurs? Who are they anyway? I think their names are Light Yagami and Hideki Yuga. These are the same guys who scored perfect on the exam. No way. I'm not going to let him win.
Okay.
Oh.
Look at that. He's going for the win.
That's 4 games all. Light Yagami to serve.
And just like that, we've got an umpire and a line.
Where?
Wow!
What the heck?
You won't believe.
Hey, what about my Ryuga? Don't tell me you haven't noticed him holding his own against this former junior high champ.
Everyone's
I
like,
can see the wheels turning, Light Yagami. I'm already in your head. This is a token gesture, an elaborate act we'll go through so we can say we're closer. Because I wanted to play tennis with you, you'll assume that I'm preparing to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better. We'll have to go to Task Force headquarters. In all things, one cannot win with defense alone. To win, you must attack!
wow.
Game and set. 6 games to 4.
Wow, he won. Okay, is that a sign?
I don't know. No clue.
Tell you. What's that? I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira. If you still want to ask me something, then please go ahead. You think I'm Kira? Well, when I say I suspect you, it's only a 1% possibility. That aside, I don't
So
mind
he's
telling
feeding
you
into
once
it.
I'm sure you aren't Kira, and I can verify.
He lied about the
it.
percentage.
Because no matter how little he says he suspects me, it means he has grounds to prevent me from meeting anyone on the task force. It's quite the preemptive move on his part. Golly.
Golly.
God.
Did he say golly? I thought he said got
This
me.
coffee shop is
Oh.
one of my favorites. And two, I have to sit like this.
What?
You see, if I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%. So, what was it you wanted to ask me?
Right.
I have to
I'm
sit
sure
like this.
I can wait until you... But there are obvious print numbers on the back of all these photographs. Arrange it in that order, we get L, do you know? Love apples, gods of death. That doesn't sound right.
That's incorrect.
Oh.
The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, L, do you know? Gods of death who love apples have red hands.
Oh.
It's a fake. I never made any criminal write the letter in this 4th picture. Is he stupid? But seeing as I only had 3 photographs to work with, my deduction was perfect.
No, it wasn't. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that there were only 3 notes. You never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
Damn him. This wasn't just about gauging like...
How would you go about establishing this person's innocence or guilt? You need to be absolutely sure.
Yeah.
I would probably try to get him to say something that was never made public in any way. Something that only Kira could know.
What's incredible is that I've asked countless detectives that same question, and it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer.
Minutes.
You immediately thought of a scenario in which Kira is speaking directly to the investigator.
But I know that I'm not Kira, and I certainly don't want to be killed by him. Besides, what proof have you been able to give me that you yourself aren't Kira?
Turning
It
around.
hardly seems fair for just one of us to be investigated, wouldn't you say?
You sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Typical for someone who hates losing. You got 7%.
7.
Yes?
Ryuzaki, I have some bad news.
Light, your father is...
Light, it's your...
Oh.
My father. He had a heart attack.
Oh, no.
What?
Did his father die?
What?
So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it was Kira when I first collapsed, but I'll be alright. It seems I've been pushing myself a bit too hard lately.
Yeah, no sleep.
Indeed.
No
You
shave?
must have added to your stress knowing that Light is a suspect in this investigation.
This man is L. To protect his identity, we on the task force refer to him as Ryuzaki. But make no mistake, it's him.
This guy is...
He looks at us.
My father wouldn't lie. The very same man who's
What's
been
up?
controlling the police up to this point. If I get rid of him and the rest of the investigative team... No, let's face it, it wouldn't be that simple. But for now, I'm the Light Yagami who's worried for his father.
So, Ryuzaki, now that you've had the chance to talk to my son, is he cleared as a suspect?
No,
like, heck
actually,
no.
Respect him. You should know it's very minor.
Remember my promise? That if something ever happened to you, I would find Kira and make sure he gets executed.
I refuse to believe that my son could turn out to be Kira.
This doesn't seem like an act to me. Or if it is, it's too cheesy.
Light, listen to me. Kira is pure evil. We can all agree on that. But recently I've started thinking of this whole situation in a different way.
What way?
What is truly evil is the power to kill people.
I think you're absolutely right. If Kira is just a normal person who somehow obtained this awful power, I would say that he's cursed.
Ryuzaki, I'm sorry for all this trouble, but I'll be back at work as soon as the doctors let me out of here.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
What? Excuse me?
You
We're
didn't come
having
and
a
tell us.
conversation.
What if you were to lock me up for a month in a place with no TV or any other kind of access to the outside world and keep a constant watch over me?
It's complete nonsense for the investigator to take suggestions from his suspect.
This is true.
Understand.
Don't worry so much. Be patient. It'll become apparent to us if you're not Kira.
I know I agreed to help with the investigation, but I don't think I'll be able to do much until my father is healthy again.
Yes, of course. Well then.
The driver didn't even wait for them to say
Hideki
bye.
Ryuga. Ryuzaki. He's the L I've been fighting this whole time. What is his real name?
Light Yagami. Are you not Kira?
I'm going to create a perfect world.
Oh,
Still
yeah?
crazy.
Honestly, I could care less whether you feel cursed or happy to have a notebook. I leave that sentimental crap to you humans. But normally humans who come into contact with the Shinigami have nothing but misfortune.
So he's like, technically you are cursed.
Our program gets the ratings because we cover the stories that the other stations won't touch. If it bleeds, it leads. What I need
So trash.
is a good freaking story, not this crap. Idiot! I don't pay you to complain. If they won't give you anything, then get creative.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Demagawa, sir, this is for you.
What is
Recordings?
Ugh.
Is it L?
it? So who is this from?
Evil laugh.
This is more like it. This is what I call a story.
Oh,
Can't read that.
Too good to be
I can't read that.
Oh!
A message
Whoa.
to the world from Kira. If you do not broadcast these tapes, I will kill your company's board of directors one by one. Who wouldn't air these? If this is for real, our ratings are gonna go through the roof. Holy crap!
Okay.
I'm so excited I feel like I'm having a heart attack here.
Bruh.
Just falls over.
He's new died hard.
So, top of this episode, basically, stress is, we saw what happened, but the
Yeah.
stress just piling high and high.
Yeah.
People want answers. He's the guy who's in charge of getting those answers. He just can't. He's out of
Everybody's quitting, and
Yeah.
it's not his fault, but the chief is like, bruh, it's your fault, though.
Yeah, because, I mean, that guy, it's all on him. So he's just, the only person he can blame, he's blaming him. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he collapses from, almost had a heart attack. No, he had a
He
heart
did
Had a
attack.
have
heart attack, yeah.
A mild infarction?
6 games. No, technically 11 games.
6-4, yeah.
6-4.
Yeah.
10 games. 6-4.
Yeah.
That's a long game.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Yeah. If L had gotten another, you have to win by 2 points. So if L had gotten another point, they would have just kept continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IQ.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I called it badminton in the middle of the,
really?
of the episode. And then afterwards, I was like, did I call that badminton? What happened?
I didn't even hear you.
You know why? Whenever we play badminton, you play like it's tennis.
Yeah.
This is true.
And then they Light basically they're having a mental battle. Like Light's deciding, should I try to win or not? And he decides to try and win. And then what's his name? Ryuzaki. No, L.
Let's just call him L.
L was like, oh, he's decided to win. It's like they're keeping up with each other, deductive wise.
Hideki Ryuga.
Deduction.
That was the other one. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but they're keeping up with each other, which is interesting to like I keep being surprised by Light because I still like he's supposed to be smart, but it's just L just seemed like this out of this world smart. But it's because the way they introduced him coming up with the answers out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now where he's explained how he comes up with some of his answers, so it's easier to see it makes sense. But he's still in my mind like you know?
Yeah.
But then seeing Light be at par with him, or almost anyways, it's very interesting.
Well, also a big part of it's like reputation.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of people do. There's people who in the professional world of be it video games or physical competition who they achieve great things, but if they were to go to just like an amateur convention, occasionally they might not do so well against somebody they never played against, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Or like in poker when
yeah.
that one guy who was a newcomer just like bulldozed all of the veterans just because he was new.
Yeah. On that, by the way, there was one year that someone who had never played poker before won the grand championship, but that has some luck involved, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that there are times where L is an accomplished individual and Light just isn't. But that doesn't mean Light doesn't have skills that can compete with an accomplished individual. I think they have mentioned before that he was a tennis star. I don't remember when, but I think he mentioned it.
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Which one?
Light.
Light, yeah, they did.
Yeah, both of them. They're both national
Well,
champions.
no, I know they are. I'm saying I think earlier in an
Oh,
episode,
before.
an early episode, he had mentioned something about being good at tennis, but stopped.
I don't remember.
The one that surprised me is L.
L,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
it's like I used to play.
It's like,
Really?
you used to go outside?
Yeah. Like, what caused him to become this creature that he has become?
This creature.
Like a crow perched on the chair. That, by the way, if he doesn't sit that way, his deductive reasonings drop 40%.
40%.
And he knows the exact percent it falls.
Yeah, and how much of that is like just his mental state?
Yeah.
Oh, almost 100% of it.
Most
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like what does he have like issues that have led him to that point, or is it because of course there are placebo effects that are not like a sugar pill, and you do feel sick if you don't take your sugar pill, and stuff like that. So yeah, like you're saying, like how did he get to this point?
Yeah.
He was in England till he was 5.
Oh, he said for 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like immediately, don't read into that because it's not going to tell anything about who Elle is.
I like how Light didn't respond to that.
No.
And for whatever reason, that wasn't part of the. Why didn't you ask me about? Why you just said that you didn't know what you were a suspect until now.
Oh,
Not even till now, till afterwards.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, that is suspicious.
Yeah.
If a normal person would be like, I was just asking where you're from. You know?
Like, it's like, don't even think about it, sir. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Yes.
Yeah. And then, alright, I wrote, I have to sit like this. And then I have, he brought up the notes.
Oh,
that was fun.
Yeah.
A little test.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wrote test, exclamation mark.
What do you think about that?
Big brain. He was like, you didn't even consider the fact that there was a fourth note. And he was like, why would there be a fourth note? He's like, but you didn't consider it though. Yeah, because as far as how's that expression? As much as he knows.
As far as he knows.
As far as he knows. Oh, okay. That didn't make sense to me. It's distance. Anyway, as far as he knows, like this, he doesn't know how recent the notes have been coming in.
Yeah.
So he should maybe be like, maybe the message isn't done. Maybe there's more to be found and rearrange them.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly which it was, but the numbers on the back don't necessarily seem like they are directly after each other. Like, of course, there's an escalation there, but if a regular person looks at that, you might be, where are the others? This number 2, this number 18.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
But I do have to question how he saw the serial numbers.
Yeah, he's looking here.
The card.
Oh, there's numbers on the back. I can feel it.
I can feel it.
That's a good point.
That's amazing deductive reasoning right there.
Yeah. So this is just another in the series of traps that little trap, like micro cuts to figuring out who this guy is. Of just a little something off here, a little something off there.
Yeah, and I can see why Light could possibly win at these little tests because he's such a perfectionist, like A form in everything.
Yeah.
So I remember when he was trying to figure out if there's a hole in his plan from Ray Pember thing. Yeah. And it's like, there's something here. Like his instinct was there that there's something that could go wrong in the middle of that space. So I see him like being able to keep his form, so to speak. Yeah. In the middle of these tests. Like, what's his name? Elle is counting on, if he's Kira, that he'll slip up and give him a hint some way or another.
It works both for and against him. Because it works for him in that because Light is such a perfectionist, it only makes sense that he gets a lot of things right first try. But it also works against him where, like, if something, it becomes predictable. Because he knows how Kira would act in these situations. Kira doesn't go against his own nature in wanting to win, you know? So he can plan around it.
Yeah. The only thing that he got wrong was, or he slipped up on, was how did you know that I wouldn't want you to meet the other investigators?
Yes. And he was like,
and then they got the call. They were distracted.
Yeah. But I don't think Elle would forget that.
No.
Probably not.
He's probably raised his percent a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he was like, after he did this test, he was like, okay, 70% now.
Yeah. But speaking of which, the thing that you said is that I was watching this thing about like how magic works, because this guy was trying to like pull off this how to disappear like Batman in front of people, because people were saying like there's no way that would actually work. He's like probably just hiding behind the box or something, right? But he wanted to prove that it could happen. It was Quarter Crew. Oh. Yeah. And to do it, he asked a magician friend that he had, and he said something that made me think of this, or this made me think of that, is that for you to pull off the trick, I mean, you're the magician, you're standing in the middle of the stage, everybody's expecting the trick. So for you to pull off the trick, you can't just be like, wow, magic. You have to make them feel like they've seen the trick. Like they've seen the completion of the trick, and then you do something else when they're relaxed after they feel like, okay, whatever the story arc was is complete. So that's kind of what happened here with what's his name, with Light. He thought that basically the story arc the test was complete, but and he was just answering about, I know you probably don't want me to meet the other guys and stuff. And
he
let
him down. What is he?
His guard was down.
Yeah.
And then he failed. The magic happened. That's when the
Good
magic
catch.
happened.
Another good catch you had was he lied about the percentage earlier in the conversation.
Yeah.
I wonder if he lied about the percentage though.
Maybe it went down.
I wonder.
It's possible, but
it's possible. But the way L's track record so far is being forthright with everything.
Yeah.
And so it I don't know. It didn't track to me that he would have lied.
But at the same time, the last percentage we had was something like 5%.
5%. Yeah.
Yeah, and he talked to him. I guess the only situation I could have made it go down was after he talked to him and there wasn't much reaction at the studio, but he didn't say anything there.
No. Well, I don't know. I think it was a real percent, especially since we heard afterwards that it went up to 7%.
So it would have jumped 6.
6 degrees. Yeah. Degrees. Yeah.
Something else is after the heart attack, his Light is just completely detached from a situation. It's like, a dad with a heart attack, I need to be the concerned son right now.
Yeah. Basically, he's worrying about and panicking about. Wait a minute, this guy is L. Oh yeah, concerned. And his little talk to his father, like, you know what I promised. I'm gonna kill L. Not L. I'm gonna kill Kira.
Imagine if he slipped up like that.
That was so funny. I'm Akira. Not L.
Your names are just so close, you know? Yeah. And then they were all like, it's a curse to have the power to kill. And then what's his name? Light afterwards, he's like, don't worry, Ryuk. I never felt you were a curse, my buddy.
Except Ryuk is like,
I don't care.
Yeah. But you know, anyone who has ever seen a Shinigami is always met misfortune.
Yeah. So you pretty much
there's that. I you know what I see happening? Like, what's his name? Light. He's held to his core whatever it is for a while. Like, it's just that we're seeing his core come out more. Like, what his core is. I
don't know what you're talking about, core.
Sorry. Let me explain. I just mean his core is he wants to be greater than life. He wants to, like, be a god or whatever. And he wants to do it for as long as possible. And I say that when it comes to the Shinigami eyes, he refused to take it, even when he was, like, panicking down to the wire with Naomi. It's like, no, he wasn't going to take it at that point. I kind of feel like this fight with L is going to push his buttons enough for him to consider it. And he might actually, at some point, take it. I think that might be way down the line, because he's put up such a stance so far, so it would be like a big plot device change if he were to take the Shinigami eyes. That would be a big thing. That would be like spell the end of the episode if he were to see L again.
Yeah.
So
something about the eyes as well is, I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like I noticed this the first time through, is as the show goes on, his eyes go from just a regular brown to a reddish
red.
brown.
Yeah, it does that.
I had written here, red light face.
Red light face.
It was before Curse to Have Power. Oh, it was in the hospital when his father is like, this is the real Ellen. He was like, and think. This the whole thinking to himself. He was like red eyes, red hair thing going on.
Yeah, I don't mean that. I mean like outside of those scenes, his regular eye color has like darkened to a reddish.
Yeah, it does that especially when he's writing in the book. He's like,
his eyes were red during the notes test, the pictures. That
okay.
Yeah.
His eyes were red. I noticed.
So I'm wondering if it's kind of like windows to the soul kind of thing. It's like he's slowly becoming that dark red that we see in his mind. It's pushing forward to reality.
So from here, he may or may not join the task force. His dad doesn't want him to. What's his next move?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just bought himself some time to think.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I mean, he's still going to the same university with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, he is.
Hmm.
He offered to be locked up for a month.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Who would do that?
Yeah. So I guess he's trying to establish this Light Yagami really cares about being seen as a justice person. He's all about righteousness and the right thing to do. So he's making that character.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think that's it though. So guys, thank you guys very much for being here. If you like your time here, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And check out the Patreon if you want to see either the next episode a week early or the uncut version of this show or any other shows that we have. As well, remember to check out the social media in the description. As well with the Discord that we have. I keep forgetting to bring up the fact that we have a Discord.
Right, we have a Discord.
Yeah, we talk about the shows that we watch in there occasionally.
Yeah.
As well as the Reels and the TikTok that Nikki has where she posts edited versions of the reactions in a funnier way. So thank you very much, and we'll see you in the city. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
A special thanks to our patrons, Vitek, Suriu, Florex, and DJ Pooh, and Miguel.